Welcome back to Amerisogyny. I'm your host, Hannah Blue. You're listening to episode 86. Well, my listeners, I'm back. And I've got some good news. Last night, or early in the morning, I should say, at 1:21 a.m., I finished Maimon Book 2. That's right. My Maimon duology is completed, as in written. It hasn't been edited yet. And I'll tell you what, I could not be happier. Maimon Revelations Book 2 is my 10th book. Let's get this straight. I am no AI apologist. I don't use it. I don't believe it belongs anywhere in writing or art. But as for the rest of the world, we need to brace ourselves because AI is going nowhere. We're going to see it at the doctors, at the bank, in the future, maybe when you go and buy a car, but we're going to see it. But as for writing, no, it doesn't belong there. And I am very happy that a lot of writers won their lawsuit against Anthropic. I guess that's how you say it. Yeah, they're going to have to pay $1.5 billion to authors in a settlement, and rightfully so. Some of us, especially me, file for our copyrights with the Library of Congress. Now, in America, do you have to do that? No, you own the copyright to something as soon as you produce it. But if someone wants to steal your ideas, like Anthropic did, you can't take them to court unless you filed with the LOC. That's the key. My book, Potarius Infiltration, was stolen and used without my permission for AI. I hope this sets a precedent for authors, because if someone steals your material, you should be able to take them to court and sue them for damages. In other writing news, I just secured the copyright for my Janias trilogy. They came in the mail yesterday. Now, some people might say it's a waste of money, but I don't think so. I don't think you can go wrong in legally copyrighting your work. Let me tell you, there are some people out there who will steal the pennies off of your behind. I've seen it. I'm not taking any chances with anything I produce. As soon as Maimon 1 and 2 are edited, I'm filing for the copyright. I still don't have a release date for my Maimon duology, but if you've signed up for my VIP list at www.dlhannah.com, you'll get all the juicy details. And that's all I have for the writing world. Let's get into our episode. I found a good research study for you, and it's very recent. The date, September 28th, 2025. This new study shows psychological well-being may play a vital role in healthy aging. The title is Living with Purpose May Protect Your Brain from Dementia. Now, I don't want you to get this twisted. This isn't just for older people. Early onset dementia can come for people a lot earlier than 40 years old. The study was done by UC Davis, and it tracked over 13,000 adults for up to 15 years. And it found that people with higher purpose were about 28% less likely to develop cognitive impairment. Purpose was linked to resilience across ethnicities, even in those with genetic risks for Alzheimer's, and activities like relationships, volunteering, spirituality, and personal goals can help nurture it. Aliza Wingo is a senior author and professor in the UC Davis Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences. Wingo says, "Our findings show that having a sense of purpose helps the brain stay resilient with age. Even for people with a genetic risk for Alzheimer's, sense of purpose was linked to a later onset and lower likelihood of developing dementia." The study lists some things that not only work for older adults, but younger adults as well. Having positive relationships, caring for family, spending time with your children, grandchildren, your spouse, work or volunteering. Spirituality or faith plays a significant role. Having personal goals, hobbies, learning new skills, or achieving milestones. And this is the one that got my attention, helping others, acts of kindness, caregiving, or advocacy. There you have it. Just by being nice to others and being kind can prolong your life. Who knew? I'm just being sarcastic, but it's true. When you live with purpose and you help others, of course you'll be rewarded for it. And sometimes that's with a longer life. But if you're messy, meaning if you like chaos and people arguing with each other, if you get off on that, no, you're not going to live long. You ever heard the phrase, people die in their mess? It's really true. On average, messy people experience poor health, unexpected deficits in cognition, including Alzheimer's and dementia. And sometimes, if they really thrive on chaos, and I mean they live it and breathe it every other day, they can speed up their own deaths. This is why I am adamant about keeping mess and messy people away from me. There were a couple people that I saw when I was online. They wore meanness like a badge of honor. They would get on there and post, "Oh, I'm so mean. I'm such a B word." I thought that was just crazy. How can you be proud of being dysfunctional? But that's on them. I keep it away from me. And I encourage you, the listener, to keep it away from you. You do not have to deal with messy people. Don't let people gaslight you. "Oh, well, that's still your family." We share blood and nothing else. I've said this before on this podcast. Link up with like-minded people. You'll never regret it. Now, some people might take this study with a grain of salt. They may say, "Well, that's what we have medications for, to delay the symptoms." Well, yeah, that's true. But living with purpose and being kind comes with zero risk. And it's absolutely free. Kindness has no copay. Thomas Wingo is a co-author of the study, and he says, "What's exciting about this study is that people may be able to think themselves into better health. Purpose in life is something we can nurture. It's never too early or too late to start thinking about what gives your life meaning." And I agree. And moving on from that, I promised you we would talk about food, and here we go. Every other day, there's always something going viral on social media. Most times, it's the most mediocre things. But I think we can all agree when it comes to comfort, food is the one thing everyone in the world has in common. Now, this soup went viral on social media, and it only has 2 ingredients. What is it? The Trader Joe's chicken soup dumplings. And what do you need? Trader Joe's chicken soup dumplings, or any soup dumplings for that matter, and chicken broth. As for toppings, it's on you what you want to add, but this recipe calls for soy sauce, sesame seeds, and green onions. Here's how easy this is to make. Place some frozen dumplings in a bowl and pour in enough chicken, veggie, or beef broth to cover them, and microwave for 2 minutes. You can add soy sauce, sriracha, scallions, which are green onions, or sesame seeds. And that's all you do. Why this went viral, I don't know. Haven't the Chinese been doing this since forever? But that's food. It'll always be number 1 in every category. Now for another yummy recipe featuring one of my favorite foods, chicken wings. Some people have told me they cannot stand the texture of chicken wings. Honey, not me. I love chicken wings. And this recipe is a winner. It's called Sticky Spicy Bulgogiish Chicken Wings. These wings are Korean barbecue inspired. The magic is in the marinade. It's made from soy sauce, gochujang, and brown sugar. Here's an important little tidbit. If you want the skin to be crispy, it's important that the wings are very dry. You can wipe them down with paper towels or leave them in the refrigerator for an hour uncovered. But either way, you want the skin to be extra dry. And here's what you'll need to make these yummy wings. 3 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of packed dark brown sugar, 1 heaping tablespoon of gochujang, 1 garlic clove, finely minced, a 1/2-inch piece of ginger, peeled and finely grated, a 1/4 teaspoon of sesame oil, 2 pounds of chicken wings, the drums and flats, a 1/4 cup of water, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cornstarch. There's a creamy dipping sauce that goes with this, and you'll need a 1/2 cup of sour cream, a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. In the South, we like Duke's, 1 tablespoon of seasoned rice vinegar, a 1/2 teaspoon of granulated sugar, and kosher salt to taste. Now, here's what you're going to do. Combine the soy sauce, brown sugar, gochujang, garlic, ginger, and sesame oil in a large Ziploc bag. Mix it up before adding the chicken. Seal the bag, and then massage the chicken through the plastic. I do this all the time until it's evenly coated with the marinade. Then you're going to place it in the fridge for at least an hour, or you can do it overnight. To make the dipping sauce, mix all of the ingredients together in a bowl until well combined. Cover and refrigerate until you're ready to use it, and it'll keep up to 3 days. Here's where that dry skin comes in. When the chicken is done marinating, shake it onto a large sheet pan and soak up the excess marinade with paper towels. Now, this is optional, but as I said, you can leave the chicken uncovered in your fridge for an hour or up to 24 hours to get the skin extra crispy. If you don't want to do all that, heat your oven to 425 degrees and cook the wings for 30 to 35 minutes until they're brown and the skin is crisp. Now, this recipe tells you to reserve the marinade. As for me, I would make another batch, but you can do whatever you like. And I will put my new marinade in a small saucepan and bring it to a simmer over medium heat for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Then you want to make a cornstarch slurry with cornstarch and water. Add it to the glaze and whisk until smooth. Bring back to a simmer over medium heat and let it cook for 2 more minutes until the glaze is thick. It should be salty, but not too much. It's your sauce. Adjust it to suit your taste. When the chicken wings are out of the oven, brush them with the glaze and serve them with the dipping sauce. And yum, yum, yum. That sounds good to me. Well, people, I promised I'd bring you some good vibes, and I have. I'd love to bring you more, but I'm out of time. If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to follow me. By now, you know where. Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. And you can follow my episodes on my website, www.21bluelash.net. It's the weekend, so I want you to be good to yourselves. No matter what is going on in this world, you have a right to be happy, so take advantage of it. I will be back with more good stories and good food. So until then, be easy, take care of yourselves, have a good weekend, and as always, God bless.